Lieutenant General Forbes Macbean FRS 1725 November 11, 1800 was a British Army officer of the Royal Artillery. Biography. Macbean was born in 1725, the son of the Reverend Alexander Macbean of Inverness and his wife Marjorie, daughter of John Macbean, Sheriff Clerk of Inverness, who was a brother to William Macbean of Fairlie and Strathnairn. He entered the Royal Military Academy, Woolwich, as a cadet matros on July 16, 1743, and passed out as a lieutenant fire worker on March 25, 1745. 3 weeks after his appointment in 1745, Macbean marched with the artillery from Ghent, and had command of 2 guns at the Battle of Fontenoy on April 30, 1745. On the news of the Jacobite rising in Scotland, the 4 companies of artillery of the Duke of Cumberland's army were sent home. Macbean joined Cumberland's army at Lichfield, and served at the Siege of Carlisle in December 1745. In the following summer he went back to the Low Countries, and made the campaigns of 1746-48, commanding the battalion of the 19th Regiment of Foot at the Battle of Rooku, and a detachment of 2 guns at the Battle of Val. In 1755, Macbean was selected to command an artillery detachment in Ireland, but with the adjutancy at Woolwich falling vacant at the same time, he purchased its commission in the attendant rank of first lieutenant under the system then in force. While in this office he was promoted to captain lieutenant on April 1, 1756, and he held it until promoted to captain in the command of a company on January 1, 1759. In April 1759, he proceeded with his company to Germany, and commanded the heavy brigade of British artillery in the campaigns of 1759-60. At the Battle of Minden in August 1759, where his brigade consisted of 10 medium 12-pounders manned by 2 companies, he rendered conspicuous services, for which he received an autograph letter of thanks from Field Marshal Prince Ferdinand of Brunswick and a gratuity of 500 crowns. He was again distinguished at the Battle of Warburg on July 30, 1760, and at Fritzlar on February 12, 1761, where he commanded a brigade of 8 heavy 12-pounders. On his return home on sick leave soon after, he was recommended to the king by Prince Ferdinand for some special mark of royal favor, which he never received. In 1762 he embarked with his company for service in the Portuguese campaign under the Count of Lippe, of which he left a manuscript account placed in the Royal Artillery Institution, Woolwich. Macbean was one of the British officers allowed to return to Portugal, on the prospect of a renewed conflict with Spain the year after. He was appointed a colonel of the Portuguese Army's artillery, and in 1765 Inspector General of Portuguese Artillery, a post he held for 4 years, receiving a very handsome testimonial from Sebastião José de Carvalho e Melo, Conde de Oeiras, the Portuguese Secretary of State, on his departure. Macbean commanded a company of artillery in Canada in 1769-73, and at home in 1773-77. In March 1778, he was appointed to command the Royal Artillery in Canada, in succession to Major General Thomas Phillips, and in 1780, on the prospect of an American invasion, was appointed to the Left Brigade, consisting of the 31st, 44th, and 84th Regiments, covering Sorel, on which, as on various other occasions, his services received the approbation of General Frederick Haldimand. Macbean was made a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1786, being the second artillery officer to receive that distinction. The first was Thomas de Saguliers. The artillery service was greatly indebted to him for his private notes and memoranda, without which much valuable information relating to the earlier history of the Corps would have been lost. Macbean, a lieutenant general and colonel commandant, Royal Invalid Artillery, died at his residence by Woolwich Common on November 11, 1800. His widow died at Greenwich in 1818, aged 88.